Video is active. Audio is active. Go ahead.
All right. Hello and welcome to your best imaginary friends. I am Christine. I am the DM, and we are playing D&D 5e. We are starting our main campaign through the Tyranny of Dragons, but right now we are in a little bit of an interlude still. I guess this has been going on for a while, so how much of an interlude is it? But we're transitioning from Lost Mine into the Horde, and we have some business to take care of as our resident healer is back in his hometown of Greenest. Last session, you guys decided to scout the town and try and see if you can find more information on who may have killed Thorrilli's classmate and crush, Freya. And you explored the town. You met a couple. Actually, you only met one new person, barely. You barely talked to anyone. And actually, it was like afternoon, and then you heard a little bit more about what was going on in the area. There was an incident where Dandy pretended to be a small child and pretended to pee all over himself. And Rona took him out, and let's see. Yeah, it was hijinks ensued. He then stayed up all night, actually going back to where Freya lived and was murdered. And in that home, you did not find much. It was mostly dilapidated. The family doesn't live there anymore. And let's see, what did you find? You found a diary. Dandy found a diary. He gave it to Thorrilli. And Thorrilli closed his eyes and prayed, trying to find some guidance from Timora. And all he saw was a symbol of the god of Bool. So you came back to the inn. It is about 5:30. Actually, it's about 4:30 when you get back. Seemingly no one has seen you. And what would you like to do?
Has the sister come out into the common room yet, or is it dead quiet?
You do hear some stirring. I don't know. Did you guys go to your rooms?
Yeah, I definitely don't want to be out in the lobby in the early morning.
Yeah, no, I think we would have gone back to somebody's room, right, to have a powwow or kind of discuss what we saw.
We have to sort of sneak all the way back. Like, we haven't even really talked about what we
found.
What we saw.
Yeah.
All right.
Could I like make a perception check going by where the family lives, that door?
Yeah. All right. It's quiet. You hear some you don't hear much stirring from that area. Yeah. Everything looks pretty normal. You're able to get in into the inn as you have like a key for the front room. So, yep.
I'm trying to think what Thorrilli would do right now.
So, Rona's just gonna march right back upstairs into the room that they were in. I think they're in the first door. I don't know whose room that is, but
yeah, I'll go up last and make sure like we all head upstairs.
Yeah.
Or make sure nobody's like looking at us and whatnot.
All right.
I guess I'll go up as well.
So you make your way up to the top of the stairs. You do hear some like rustling. It's probably, if anyone, the father, as it is. Yeah, it's a little too early for them to be up. Okay. And yeah, you're all in the room. Danny follows you, and he just plops down on the bed without without asking anyone how they feel, and passes out for a minute.
So, Thrilly, do you have any ideas?
I want to talk to Escobert alone.
All right.
Do we know? And before he's been drinking.
Well, I would say in a few hours that might be a prime time.
I'd kind of like to surprise him. Someone that is... I'm going to somewhat look at Dandy at this point. A little bit sneakier than me and more perceptive. Be able to go and find out where his room is.
Are you thinking that he's a suspect?
I'll just hand Rona the journal, open to the page where it says that she saw someone with red hair following her.
Well, I admit that looks pretty bad, but surely he's not the only one here with red hair.
Well, my plan for asking the questions probably won't be expected, and I'll cast Disguise Self on myself.
Okay.
To look like Freya.
Oh.
Ooh.
Whoa, that's a bold move. Can I roll a history check or something to see if I, in my travels throughout the town, if I like saw anybody else with red hair?
You weren't really looking, but you can roll a
Like, did I notice anybody?
I mean,
Here it comes.
yeah, go ahead.
Let's see. I'm gonna knock your socks off with this history check. Wait, oh, there it goes. 19.
Nice. Babe
You
Ruth
you
called
saw a lot of doors. A lot of them looked about the same. You didn't really. The people you saw with red hair were Ina and Escobert.
Okay.
So that old man who stopped us from going in that manor didn't have red hair?
No.
Did the journal explicitly say it was a man with red hair, or does it just say a person with?
It just said a person with red hair has been following me.
So do you share this with the group, or is it just Rona and Thrilly now?
Yeah, I'm seeing this happen and hearing you guys talk, and I'm like sort of like curiously sort of poking my head around at the book, and I'm sort of hinting that I'd like to see it.
I feel like he'll be a little bit more forthcoming. The sister took charge yesterday.
Rona's gonna let Halix see it just out of because she's not thinking.
Thank you.
And then she's kind of more paying attention to what they're really saying. So, do you think that would I know that it's like not a guy? I feel like I should make an intelligence check because her intelligence isn't super high. So I feel like maybe she wouldn't put that together.
That what?
That it doesn't explicitly state a guy. It just says a person with red hair.
I mean, you notice it. You read, and I would assume that, you pick on different clues than maybe Thrilly does.
Well,
so did you ever think maybe it's a girl though? Thrilly, it doesn't say a man.
that's why I want to see alone. If he were the one to have done it, and he sees Freya show up in his room.
How does he handle that situation?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Without his sister answering everything for him.
Yeah, she
Well,
did
Danny
seem more
Danny
manipulative.
say anything about like he'd go and take a look, or
He's asleep.
Oh no, he says, "Yeah, sure, I'll do it.
he
Just
woke
tell me
up.
where to go."
Basically, I just want to know if he can like peek in the windows or whatever of their living area to be able to get me to the other side of his bedroom wall.
All right.
Hmm.
He
I have
says
something to get in.
Okay. So he is Yeah, he agreed. Yeah, sure, I'll do it. Just let me go ahead and go ahead. And let me just see. So you want him to go into the room?
Not in. I just, like, I'm hoping he can peek through some windows, because I would assume their living area has some windows.
All right.
And just kind of get a gist of where the bedroom might be.
Okay.
And
So,
if he can, ideally, which one is the brothers, and if the brother's alone.
all right.
So while Danny's off doing that,
Mhm.
I'll turn and say, "Are you sure you want to be the only one in there? I can make one of us invisible and come in with you. If
Well, my way in is through the ethereal plane,
uh,
and I'll go on and explain Blink.
okay, cool. So you can reappear. Is it like 10 feet
10 feet.
away from your
I need
space?
to be on the other
Okay,
side of the wall.
gotcha. Understood.
Worst case scenario, I come out the window.
Blink isn't concentration, so you can pop, right?
I could cast it again. It lasts 1 minute.
So you have 10 blinks. Oh, but you'd have to talk to him before anything happened. That's right. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, one round is only 6 seconds. Why is that? Okay, no,
I
that
need
makes
to get
sense.
some information.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
All right. So, yeah. Let's see what Dandy does. He goes ahead and
Pisses
Meeks.
himself.
yeah, he pees himself everywhere.
Oh no, Escobar, where do you live? I need to come see. Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
god.
Yeah, you watch as he goes down that as
Actually,
Blessings of
with
Trickster.
me sending him out, I would have cast Blessing of the Trickster on him.
well, everyone has a point of exhaustion because they didn't sleep.
Oh, so it would have been at disadvantage regardless. So
Mhm.
Nope. So that would bring it up to normal. So
Yeah.
he could only roll one worse.
I know.
Yeah, I rolled poorly as players. Yeah, so he's a little bit just not as light on his feet as you're used to seeing him. And give me 1 second. I'm refreshing my roll 20 because for some reason everyone went away. Yeah, he exits the inn, and let me just see, he kind of roots around. I mean, you guys can't really see what's going on. He's downstairs. And let me see.
I just feel like we're playing Jacob's character so well recently.
While we're doing this, can I take some firewater, have
Please
Bonchan
we'll figure
sniff
everything
it.
out. Whether we get
That's
busted
really
is
good.
another story.
Let me see how this goes actually first. Never mind.
Okay. So you hear you hear like some clatter downstairs as he's leaving. You're for a minute you're like, this doesn't seem good. It's a good like pause, like it's very tense. 10 minutes. As
God.
he comes back in, you do hear the older man say, "Oh, hello, good morrow. Need anything?" Dandy scrambles. "Oh, no, I'm good. Just out for my morning stroll. Thank you, though. Thank you." And he comes back, opens the door. That was. He definitely saw me. He didn't see me. I don't think he saw me peeking through the windows, but he was at the front desk waiting for me.
Well,
And
You
he
Know
meets the
where
father.
Escobert is sleeping, though.
Or he will be
I think
tonight.
he's in a. I think Escobert, the person who greeted me was their father. The Escobert might be in the room that is completely shuttered, because with black curtains. Because I looked in the other one and I saw Ida sleeping.
Nice. So, do we think it's black
The
curtains?
way you're smiling, there's more of a story here, Dandy.
She was passed out. She looked very tired. I looked in there for a little too long.
Creep.
That's
I was
great.
just observing her. Yeah, but
Sure you were.
there were big black curtains over the other window, and it seems like the two men are weird and sleep together or something, because I didn't see another room.
Oh, so only 2 rooms. Dad and brother sleep together, or in the same room, and then.
So
That's all he could see from the outside.
what should I be yelling if something goes wrong?
Boggle.
Ogle. Got it.
But are you sure you want to be doing this now? If you walk downstairs, I think the
You
father
walk
will recognize
outside?
you. As
How long
Freya.
is it? I
Um,
can dispel this. Now, can I retake it, or do I have to cast it again with it if it's been within an hour?
let's see. I mean, it's not a concentration,
Yeah.
so if you dispel it, you have to recast it.
Okay. Well, whatever. It's only a first level spell.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm not burning invisibility on you, sorry.
So I'll dispel, so I'm back to my disguise self.
All right.
So you guys don't mind waiting outside the window?
I'm actually, before he goes away, I'm going to touch him on the shoulder, give it a gentle squeeze, and bless him. Bless you.
Quick question
Bless you,
on
child.
Blink, in addition to that. Does Blink take anything you're holding with you?
Let's see.
If I am a
Vanish from
small
your current
animal, for
plane of
example.
existence and appear in the ethereal plane. Spell fails and the casting is wasted if you're already on that plane, which I'm not. The start of your next turn, and when the spell ends, if you are on the ethereal plane, you return to an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see. Fuck.
Oh, GG's. Good thing we read the spell.
Within 10
Yeah.
feet of the space you vanished from. If no unoccupied space is available within that range, you appear in the nearest unoccupied space chosen at random,
There's a
if
chance.
more than one space is equally near. How many of us are there?
Let's see.
There's 5 if
5
you count
total.
Dandy.
So we're all going to be standing outside around this person's window. I'm sure that's not suspicious at all.
Well,
Just-
I can get up
Let me
there.
draw something out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm gonna look
7,
for some
8,
different-
9 people.
Alternatively, we can.
How many animals can you make?
I'm not thoroughly. I don't. That's not stealthy, nor is it necessary. But I can make 8.
We just need a big rock.
What is the plan here exactly?
Because if we filled up everything within 10 feet of me,
It
I
would.
would have to go to the other side of the wall.
He would have to blink through the wall. Yeah.
Maybe,
need-
or
What?
you would have to blink on the other side of all that shit.
Because it's 10
No,
feet,
no.
right?
It's
Or
10
Yeah.
feet.
did you account
the
for
other
the?
side of the wall most likely would have something within 10 feet.
Or there's a bookcase next to the window.
Yeah, and you get
It's only 5 feet.
Or it could all
But
go
you have
terribly
to
wrong
see
and you
it.
could be lost in the ethereal plane forever and ever.
We
Yeah.
played with magic. We put birds on every
Um,
side of Thrill and he disappeared.
Here, I'm gonna throw another version of this plan out there. What if he's going to surely go to the bar, like first thing, right? Like that we've gathered that much about him, right? He'll be there sooner than later. Why don't we go wait at the bar for him and then draw him out to a different place, or like convince him to go elsewhere, to a place that you can see, rather than it being the room. Like,
I just cannot be with you guys. 'Cause if he sees me turn into Freya, that kind of
right.
ruins it.
Why
We
don't we
could
just
lure
guard the
him up to one of
hallway?
these rooms.
Everybody's sleeping except for the father. Why don't you just go down the hallway? We'll guard it and make sure that you're not interrupted.
Okay, what's the layout of their
In establishment.
inn?
It's pretty simple. There's 2 stories, like a small common room.
Does the
And
second
then-
story go over the living area?
Yeah, I would say probably, yeah. It's like matches. Yeah.
Okay. You could always just drop in.
Zach turns with an eyebrow raised.
How heavy can everyone be?
Can I look out in the hallway and see if there's anybody that's awake or moving around?
Well, Rona would know that when you checked in, they said that they only had like, what was it, 3 rooms. There's no one else. There's no other guests.
Let's just lure him up here then.
He's sleeping, isn't he?
When he wakes up,
Yes.
we can say we
Kinda
have
wanted
things
to-
to discuss with him. Or Thrilly is
wanted to-
waiting upstairs or something along those
Is
lines.
the window just glass, Dandy?
Yeah, looks like glass.
What if I peek through the drapes? Because then I can see.
How are you going to move them?
Okay.
We lift up the pane of glass that forms the window.
Does that
Did the
work?
windows open?
Do fantasy windows
do.
slide open and closed?
Like, was this a window that would be openable, Dandy?
Or do we have to like punch it?
We would have to sneak in there, but it could probably raise. It doesn't. I don't know. Sounds like a pretty strange window that slides up and down. That's weird. It's new.
I'm gonna
the
write that
future.
down for later.
It sounds like it's from the future.
What if we slide a note under the door that says, "Come to this room. There's
Think
something that I think you'd like to see."
You don't have silence prepared, do you, Zeg?
I don't think I get silence.
Because I don't have it. And I think I used our spell scroll.
I was just about to ask that.
I'm checking what spell scrolls I've got.
I'll check for you, but I don't
Yes.
think druids get silence.
It's not what I wanted. Sorry. I should have had this open.
I suggest we just lure him up here. That's your best bet. Or if you have all of these loud plans, just go in loud.
Oh, hey, Dandy.
Hello.
Hey.
Sorry about being so late.
Oh, we
That's
kind of
That's okay.
started.
We barely
late.
started.
Okay,
You
cool.
have missed very little.
You have been used quite a bit, though. I played you for a minute again.
You almost
Rolled
died.
terribly on your stealth, but amazing on your perception. So we figured everything out, but you might have been seen.
No, he was
That's-
seen.
That's normal for me.
Yeah, you were for sure seen on the way back in. Does Misty Step have the same? I've got my PHP right here. The same requirement of having to see where you're going.
Yes.
Damn it.
I thought it was you had to have some idea.
Nope. Says
No,
see where I'm going.
that's Dimension
It's,
Door.
oh,
I
that's
think.
DD. Yeah.
Dimension Door. You can go a certain distance in a way. Misty
Nightcrawler
Step.
effect.
Teleport 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see. Fuck. Can I have True Sight for the next?
Yeah. Right.
Half
Please,
hour.
real quick, like.
What if you just went and woke him up looking like Freya? So and cast on. Oh, you're worried about the noise, or
Not worried about the. I just kind of wanted to surprise him.
I can
Well, if he
make you
wakes up and
sees-
invisible if you can get into
I
the
was
room.
assuming that the entrance to their like their house was attached to the inside, so basically if someone was in the bar, they'd see us trying to go through that door. But if they have an entrance from the outside,
Here's an
Try
idea.
the door,
I can
or we
cast
could just bust through the window.
I can cast invisibility once more. It can be done on you. You walk past the bartender. You can be sneaky at times, and we'll ask for food. Hopefully the door is cracked. You proceed through there, and then once you're past the bar, it should be easy, as long as we're talking it up with our bartender friend, and you are relatively quick.
Probably will be quick if
Given
He
your
is the one.
disguise.
question.
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, you are here.
Yeah.
Does the father also have red hair?
He did. Now it's like graying.
Okay.
It's not as bright
How
as
gray?
it used to be. Like
Like how much gray?
it's pretty white. Like he's older.
So,
Yeah.
like, in the last 50
Would it
years.
have been red 50 years ago?
Yeah.
And you can make me roll an intelligence check if you want.
I mean, you can roll a history check.
Okay. Yeah, I guess because I'd be trying to remember.
Yeah.
Efficient in history.
Further Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He
No
had
guarantee.
it was
guarantee?
duller. Yeah, like you don't remember much about this family. Like you barely remembered Escobert or his sister. So you don't really remember
younger or
interacting with him. Who?
Sister.
Escobert? Sister? Younger.
Younger. So why would I have paid attention to her?
Yeah. You always remember him as like a little bit of a weirdo. But yeah, you don't really remember. You didn't really interact with his father much, and from what you
I kind of like
remember,
the window idea, guys. We just go out and go in the window.
Forcibly lift it up.
That seems a little risky to me, but we can do it.
You guys
I
can
think
follow
that
me in,
we could just
but I prefer not.
we could pick a secret place, write him a mysterious note that says meet us at the secret or meet me at the secret place.
Why would
Signed,
he come?
anonymous. Tell
He's
no
already
one.
been willing to talk to us. We just make sure he
Or-
doesn't ignore the
yeah.
note, and if he ignores the note, then
Like if you got a
then we
note
take
that's
action.
meet me in this place, like I have a piece of information for you or something like that, like you would go, right? Like why wouldn't he go?
I just really wanted to wake him up.
Just lure him into a
Well,
room, lure him into a
if you're-
location.
If you're invisible and you go into his room, aren't you going to surprise him if you're dressed like the dead girl he is?
Can you be invisible and then turn disguise self while you're invisible and then drop the invisibility?
Casting the spell, I would lose invisibility. Correct.
Well, I have invisibility, so.
Well, then why don't you go into his?
All right, so we have like probably
but I'm
20
only
minutes
invisible
left.
until I cast a spell or make an attack.
Well, why
Correct.
don't you go into his room and like do some ghostly noises or whatever, and then as soon as
There
he
you
wakes up, then you turn into Freya and he's freaked out.
Now we're talking.
Can Thrilly himself drop invisibility at will if I cast it
No.
on him?
But if I cast a spell, that should break it, correct?
Yes.
Because it's not
Yep.
greater invisibility.
Correct.
So I cast disguise self to break it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
you
you
I
like
can
punch a
therefore
wall.
break it.
You can punch a wall to wake him up if you're still affected right now. We have like 20 minutes left because we talk so long. But
No, because I've already dropped it because
Yeah.
I said we dropped it because I'd be walking out.
gotcha. Okay, cool.
So
sounds good
I
to
can
me.
break it at will. DM question though.
Mhm.
Doors to their living area. Is there one inside the inn or is it only accessible from outside?
The only entrance you saw was like there's the like desk, people check in, and there's a door behind
Door
that desk. Yeah, so there's no outside entrance into this.
Okay.
So window or a
And
door?
Dandy didn't see one when he was outside.
Nope.
Alright.
Window or door?
Well, do you guys think you could draw him away from the desk?
Oh, wait, hang on. Rona just goes downstairs, itching for something to do. He's gonna go downstairs and attempt to have a little small chat with the older guy.
Yeah, Rona.
yeah.
Rona,
As you
Rona,
walk down, you see that.
problem with your room, maybe?
Oh,
No.
she's already down there. She already.
I know that was
down
me.
there. No. So as she walks down, she actually sees that there are like 8 or 9 dwarves having breakfast beers and some breakfast at the inn, standing around. The old man, Mr. Ashhelm, is serving them, and it's really like it's not really as much an inn right now as much as a like a breakfast diner. And
Here goes nothing.
Good morning to you. Can I trouble you for some coffee and maybe a breakfast ale and I think I'd like some pancakes and maybe a roast if you got it.
You know, we have all those things. Now, do you want to try our special morning drink?
Oh, I'd love to.
He pours coffee and ale
You guys
together
gonna be outside the window.
and hands it to you. It's the greenest special around here. It's the perfect morning drink.
Oh, I'd never tried this before. Is this something that's specific to this area?
Yep, it's perfect for the minds. You only need 1 drink to get you going, maybe 2, maybe 3. A lot of people enjoy 3 drinks before they go to the mine.
Oh, this looks delicious. I think I'd also like what else do you have on the menu that's really good here? I like to try new things when I'm in towns that are different.
Oh, my daughter makes the best muffins. Let me go and get you some.
Thank you.
He's like behind the bar. You hear like some scattering. He says 1 minute, and he goes into the kitchen and comes out with a large tray of different baked goods. She made them fresh last night, and you could try these. This is with the greenest. This is all the flowers from the mill. Yeah, and he's like advertising all these muffins with like berries you've never heard of, and
Oh, this looks delicious. I can't wait to try it. I also still need I think I'm gonna order some breakfast for my roommates. They had a late night last night, so could I get a couple breakfasts for them as well?
you know, I'll bring them. I'll bring them that in just a minute. Let me get my tray.
Oh no, you don't have to bother them. They're gonna sleep for quite a while. So I'll take it up. If you could just have it brought out here, I will. I'll take it up a little later.
All right. You just let me know, and we'll make it fresh for them. We don't want to just let it sit. It's not good if it just sits. Just a second. You see another greenest special. And he comes over with a coffee pot and like a pitcher of ale and just starts pouring, making this like disgusting murky looking drink.
That looks divine.
So if you guys are walking through the common room, go ahead and roll for your, I believe it's stealth, right? At advantage for invisibility.
Okay.
Me and Haley don't need to roll, I'm assuming.
You're also
We're just
blessed, so
walking outside.
I know you have disadvantage, but you're canceled out for me, so I don't know.
I think he gets advantage.
He gets
I just
advantage
think
from invisibility, and then Bless
with
gives you a
invisibility.
1d4, right?
Right, but you're exhausted, so.
Oh, so it
Yeah.
neutralizes it? And then Blessing
So
wouldn't even help you
neutral.
because you can't give yourself 2 advantages, so.
Yeah.
Well, what does Bless do?
Bless gives you
1d4.
advantage on saving throws and
Saving throws.
on
Oh,
ability.
is it advantage?
ability.
And what's Dandy doing? You look shell shocked.
Yeah, I'm a little confused what's going on, to be honest. I will. I don't know. I'll hang out with Zag. He seems to know what's going on. He's casting spells on people.
Basically, I didn't say anything, but everybody's gotten the idea that I suspect Escobert is the culprit.
Okay.
I asked you to go around and take a look with believe you were there when I showed you with disguised self, and I turned into a young female dwarf. And that I was going to surprise him and see what his reaction was without his sister around.
And now we're working out how to sneak him into his room, and now we're doing the thing because we've been talking for 20 minutes.
Okay, and in that case, I will keep an eye out for anybody going towards the room that the Reely's going.
Definitely when we got down, I would have followed Zag and Halik out the door. Just seeing everybody there, I would know if I opened the door, people would see a door open. With
Invisible
no one around
door. Yeah.
All right. So are you guys leaving the inn
Yeah,
and going through the window?
correct.
Okay.
My goal is to just meditate in
Yeah.
the sun outside, very
There's
druid-like.
my stealth being the invisible guy following these two.
As you guys exit the common room, you do see that there are people heading towards the mine. It's actually a pretty busy morning as people are headed off to work. Yeah, let's see.
Cool. So I'm gonna actually draw on the map where I imagine us being, or I'm gonna put an arrow here. So I'm just zoomed in on the inn right now. So we walk out here, and I'm assuming we just go out and sit out back here in this region and sort of meditate.
Where is the window that Dandy would then direct us to?
I mean, I would say it's probably around like the side, like over here.
Okay, this side.
And in which way are they walking toward the mines? Like, where is everybody walking?
I mean, people are all like kind of heading out towards the
All
east
over the
and the
place.
west. Yeah, they're kind of there aren't really many people walking down the door or walking down that front path, but you can tell that they're walking down like the main paths.
Okay.
Now that we're out, can I? What style of window is this? Like little squares and frames, or is it a full panel window?
It's like a medium size. Like you look and you might be able to fit, and like
no, but so it is one sheet of glass, or is it old
It's like
school medieval windows that are little squares?
it's like little squares, but it's like a full it's little squares all up.
I put on my greenest
Andy.
town of greenest window cleaning service jumper that I brought with me.
Andy, I pulled the dagger. You're a little bit more talented with these. I guess
Where
you
are
can't even see
you?
me pull out
Yeah.
the dagger.
Yeah. What?
Do you think you could pry one of these panels out quietly behind Halik and Zag? Kind of Halik and Zag providing a screen.
I can.
Sure.
I can certainly try. I'm not so great at pulling things off.
Worst
but
case
I can give it a
scenario,
go.
you guys throw me through.
We'll throw you through. Okay, sure. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I think I've got a crowbar. I'm pretty sure I got a crowbar.
I'm sure you do. You're a thief.
Maybe a dagger, Dandy? Fine tip?
Sure.
What's the
Yeah.
chance of breaking the glass?
That
Yeah,
seems
I feel
that
like
seems
you
more
wanna, like,
reasonable. Okay.
Cut a hole in the glass, like.
No, just cut. Basically, what I'm thinking is cut basically a round frame, so you can then pry the pane of glass out.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. All right. I'll give it a go. What would I have to roll?
I guess roll a general dex check to see how carefully you can do it. Ooh.
Never roll well.
Yeah, you start to, but you don't quite get catch the lip of it. You start to pull it from there, but you don't quite make the yeah, it takes a couple tries for you to even get through the side of it.
Okay, but I do eventually get it.
One side of it. The rest you're trying to cut through, but you just keep it just keeps getting louder and louder as you do it.
This isn't working. I don't think.
There's basically one edge.
Only one
I
edge,
know.
yeah.
Can I stick the dagger I borrowed from Dandy in and just push it out? Basically using the dagger as a lever, it'll probably shatter the glass
Yeah, okay.
or pop it out. One of the two.
So I
Yeah.
start tossing a rock back and forth between me and Halick. Oh, I wouldn't see him doing this. Shit.
No. What would you
yeah.
like me to roll for this?
I mean, you can just do it. It's like an easy check, you know. Like, so you get your
I'm
dagger.
hoping it'll pop out, but
And you hear a shatter.
I
as
reach through and I grab the curtain and I try to just pull it to the side.
okay, roll a go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. So not at disadvantage, and I can add a d4 to this.
All right.
So 14.
All right. So as you take the glass pane and start to open, it does pop out and onto and as you're trying to reach, it does cut you for 3 damage. And you hear your arm's bleeding, and you pull back the curtain and it's dark in there. It's completely dark. There's not enough sun. All right, so you see just from what you can tell, like a small room. There are 2 beds. One is unoccupied, full, like the sheets are folded neatly, and the other there's just a pile of blankets, and seems to be someone's under there.
I can now see into the room.
Don't cast
I
blink.
cast blink.
Okay, goodbye.
All right,
We'll miss you.
so roll a d20. Okay, so you're able to go to the ethereal plane.
Ethereal plane, yep.
And
I'll blink in 10 feet from where I was into the middle of the room.
all right. You're able to make. Yeah, I
want to take a look around, but it's like as much as I can, just twisting, not even like stepping to turn.
Yeah, so you guys do see thoroughly appear into the room. You don't see you don't see much different. It's a really plain room. You see a bottle.
Invisibility, Zag. Thanks.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would have lost invisibility when I cast blink.
Cast a spell. So you see a bottle of liquor on the nightstand next to the pile of blankets, and it smells.
Cold?
Yeah, it smells like alcohol and sadness.
Oh. I mean, he's a murderer, I think.
Okay, disguise self to look like Freya just in case he wakes up.
Okay. You hear snoring. You look and yes, you just hear a snoring.
Okay. Can I look around the room?
Yeah.
With the curtains being blacked out, is there any symbols or anything on the walls?
There's a small stream of light. You did manage to open the curtain enough to see a little bit. You don't
see shit.
Yeah, then the curtain kind of blows back, and then all of a sudden you're blinded by the dust of the footsteps, and then a sheet falls on your head out of nowhere, and you go, "Woo! I'm the ghost of Freya." No.
That's great.
So you're looking around and say, I think this looks exactly like I remember it. I think I went to his house one time, and his house looks the exact same.
Okay, so nothing of worship is around. I'm just gonna walk over to Escobar.
Okay.
And lean over his face. Is he laying on his stomach or back or something?
He's on his side. His back's to you. His head is against the wall.
Okay, then I'm going to roll him over.
And and this like waft of like the cheapest fire water hits your nose.
My
Mm.
best imitation, I'm going to shake him. Escobar, why? And I'm basically trying to mimic her voice.
Roll a performance check. Because they're really so good at drag.
I look exactly like her when she
Yeah,
would have
but
died.
still.
Okay. Is this normal or it's ability
Normal.
checks, right?
Oh yeah, disadvantage. And oh shit, you guys should have been rolling all your ability checks at disadvantage. Everyone has a point of exhaustion if you haven't noted that yet. Because you did not sleep last night at all.
Okay, disadvantage. Still an 11.
Wow, wow, with -3, wow.
Oh, toast.
Oh wait, I should have made you roll deception. That's fine. Whatever. So, from as you guys are kind of trying to listen, you do hear like a sort of feminine voice, but still pretty much sounds like they're really.
He's hungover.
And
He just woke up, you know.
he
That's basically all I'm gonna say. I want him to just see me and
he it takes him a moment, and his eyes blink open. You see like the bloodshot and his like and puffiness, and he begins to sob. Freya, you what? I've been drinking too much. He grabs the liquor bottle and he's.
I want to just knock that out of his hand.
Is it me? He looks up and he slaps himself hard.
Why?
Dad, why? Why what? Why? Why are you? Why? What? Why what? My dog's looking at me.
Pop the question!
Who are you?
Pop the question!
You're dead. How are you alive?
Why am I back?
He just looks more confused. He kind of goes for his liquor bottle on the ground.
Who did this to me?
Who? I don't know. Tell me. You tell me, Freya. Freya, I'm here. Tell me. And he begins to cry hard.
Why were you following me?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I tried to help you. Oh god. I tried to help you. I saw it. I saw that thing following you and I tried to stop it. I'm so sorry. The shadow. And I just knew it. I knew that they were gonna hurt you and then they hurt you and I'm so sorry. He's sobbing. He continues to cry.
Where did it go?
I don't know. But it was What do you want from me? I told you. I told you. You knew I was following you. You knew about the shadow.
Didn't know anything about a shadow.
You're not Freya then. Freya knew. Freya trusted me. She was my friend. I've lost all my friends.
All right, you should kill him now.
It sounds like you're choking. You need a trach.
Freya, please. Freya, I'm so sorry. Tell me what I can do. I'm so
And
sorry.
who did this?
I haven't been able to. I can't even wake up in the mornings. I can't even handle the day.
Do this for me.
I'm not strong enough. Look at me, Freya. Look at me. I'm a mess. I can't do anything right. I couldn't help you. I couldn't. Thrill, he's gone. No one likes me anymore, and I just couldn't even. No one will tell me anything. No one believes me. I tried to help so much, and no one believed me. Just sobbing now. You can't muttering. His beard, the snot is coming and like dripping into his beard,
Oh,
and
so hot.
his
I'm gonna use
eyes are puffy.
thaumaturgy to just slam the door open
Okay.
and walk out the door.
All right. You hear just the sobbing more, and as you do, Ina bolts out of bed, and the father is also close in the hallway. They've heard like the door slam open, and you're still as Freya. Is that correct?
Oh wait, I wouldn't have let the father leave.
Okay.
I
So
would
the
not have let
father
him
hears
go
a
anywhere.
slam, and he runs out.
No, wait,
Oh my God.
I have another question.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but my son's very
I've
troubled.
cut my hand and
he
I'm
could've-
bleeding. God, this...
Roll deception.
It's not deception if you cut your hand. Just saying.
And at disadvantage.
I slammed my hand on the glass and cut it.
Oh God. It's real! I'm sorry! That's not even at disadvantage, and I love it.
That's pathetic. I can roll again.
He throws, he just looks. Like, he says, that doesn't scare me. He rushes.
Is Danny in the room with me, or is he outside?
He's starting to head towards the room, the hall, that the sleeping quarters for them are.
Can I look at? Is Danny in the? Danny, are you in the bar or are you
All
outside?
three of us are outside.
Yep,
Shit.
outside.
Can I run after him?
Yeah.
Toast.
So Ina probably got up first and is in the hallway. Thoroughly roll a deception check at disadvantage.
For what?
Like you're Freya. I'm sorry.
That'll be against my spell save.
Okay.
Praise the Lord for that.
That's cocked. Okay. She is white as a ghost. Holy shit! And she just thrusts her hand towards
I slowly back up.
you. Freya, it's me, Ina. I don't know how to say my own name. Ina, what are you? You're fucking dead. What are you doing? Are you? I guess you're a ghost.
So,
Okay. What's up?
why am I here?
Why are you here? You're in our house. You've never been here before. What are you doing here?
I don't know. I just came here.
Okay.
I was drifting around and then all of a sudden I'm back here.
That's
What's going
funny.
on?
I mean, the really came back. Maybe you're here to tell us that we were wrong about him?
Is he not the
Or
one
is
who
he
did
the-
this?
We never thought so. Oh, the town thinks so, but you know, Thoroughly. I mean, he wasn't the smartest guy. He he was really nice, but I don't think he could have hurt you, especially like that.
Then who?
I mean, my brother said that he was trying to help you, and then he blamed himself for really getting blamed. Who killed you, Freya? Don't you know? You've been wandering around.
I was asleep when it happened.
Didn't the afterlife
can I see
provide you with
another,
any answers?
is the other door open? Like, out to the common room?
No, it's closed. And
I'm gonna use thaumaturgy on that one
she's
as
running.
I slowly back towards it.
Okay, Rona.
Work my way towards it.
Rona, he's starting to go towards the door that Thoroughly is at.
Rona's gonna cast stop. Oh, she's gonna say stop to him.
Okay, I think he has to save against your wisdom, right?
I
Your
think
DC?
so. Hang on a second.
Her
One
charisma.
word command.
Charisma,
Wisdom saving throw
sorry.
following the command.
Okay. You watch as he stops, and you look, and he looks extremely panicked, but he can't move.
I'm gonna slowly walk out into the common room.
All right.
She's gonna go up to him, put her hand gently on his forearm, and say, "What's the matter?"
And his jaws clench. He kind of says,
"Are you all
You?
right? You look like you're having a fit. You better sit down." And she's gonna kind of like push / gently guide him to the floor.
He sits, and he can't move because you stole command on him.
Oh, let me go get your daughter. You look like you're having a fit. Hang on a second. She's gonna grab the closest dwarf to him and like kind of make a scene and say, "He's having a fit. Can somebody help?"
So Thoroughly, you're leaving, still as Freya.
Yeah. Can I see what the reaction is?
You hear like at first like no one really sees you.
Oh Lord, and the baby Jesus.
They're pretty drunk. Ina, like you hear her in Escobart's room, and you hear like put the bottle down. It's okay.
Oh, I totally drove him to drink even more.
And then she let's see, so as you're standing there with the door on fire, I guess, or illusionary fire.
I can just use it to slam it open.
Oh, okay, you just
assuming it's
okay.
unlocked.
And the door, like slowly, one by one, people are looking up. Some of them are kind of new faces, like you don't remember them. But suddenly someone says, "Oh my, by Shantia's grace, is that a Freya?" And the room falls silent.
I'm gonna make my way up the stairs.
Is he coming through the whole room while we're all watching this?
Yeah, Rona, you see this.
I'm just going to close my eyes really hard and shake my head. And then open them and watch him do whatever he's doing.
All right. Someone does say that does not look like Freya at all. That can't be Freya. But the others just are like baffled. Like you hear a whisper, like, "Is that the girl who died?"
I'm trying to go at a normal pace, but I'm kind of wanting to like run up the stairs at this point.
Yeah. And you do hear someone clearly say that is not Freya. That cannot be Freya. But the others seem to believe that they've just seen a ghost or a person walk up. I guess just a person walk up.
The stairs and turn the corner, is there anyone in the hall?
Nope.
I drop disguise self and get in our room.
Okay. And you hear the door slam. You do hear footsteps.
Close it quietly.
Well, you hear the door close. And the common room is silent. You hear sobbing from the rooms. and of Escobert's and Ina's, and you see Rona, you see their father sitting unable to move, and like
I'm
a
gonna
slow
break
tear. Okay.
I'm gonna break it and say to him, "Are you all right?"
I don't know. I don't know you.
I know you don't know me, and I'm sorry for that. But let me help you up. And she's gonna gently try and pull him back to his feet.
He looks at you and says, "Don't touch me, please. Don't touch me. Get away."
She's gonna slowly back away. I don't know what I've done to offend you.
You just cast a spell on me.
Would he know that?
Yeah. I mean, they know if it's command. Command is you speak a one-word command to a creature you see within range, and then
Doesn't say that they know. They just
all
are
right.
compelled to do it.
I always thought it was if they heard the voice in their head. It's this one word.
Yeah, that you say out loud.
And he heard her say something verbally.
Yeah, she just said stop.
And he stopped.
And he stopped and didn't know why.
All right, so
That's up
we'll
to
say,
you, I think, Christine.
Yeah. I mean, I would say with a wisdom spell, someone knows when they've been manipulated.
All right.
All right. Okay.
She's just gonna kind of back away from him. Say, "I'm sorry for any trouble," and then she's going to run upstairs. Because Rhoda's, I think, reached her limit of perception for the day.
You hear him yell, "All right, the bar's closed. Pay your tabs tomorrow. But we're closed for the day. We're closed for a couple hours. Come back at lunch." You hear the dwarves kind of grumble, and the three of you who are outside, you see as a line of people walk out, a line of dwarves walk out one by one. What you guys like to do? And Thoroughly and Rona, you're in the room together. It seems like.
Rhoda's gonna like.
Didn't go as planned.
No shit, it didn't go as planned. That old man downstairs hates me now. I think that we're in big trouble. So what do we do
He
now?
doesn't know it's me.
Well, he's a hair's breadth away from thinking it's me. He hates me.
I'll walk in and I'll ask the bartender, "What's happened here? Is everybody okay? I can heal people if anybody's hurt. What's going on?"
It's a family matter, huh? Just come back later.
Of course. And I just get out of his way, whatever he needs. In fact, I go upstairs and I go lay down.
I've had enough of
Yeah, he's you guys like he locks the front door behind him and he goes into the room. You do hear Zach, as you're walking past, you do hear immense sobbing from the back doors.
Yeah,
Can't heal
might have
emotional wounds
broken
just yet.
Escobert.
So what do we do?
Well, there apparently was a shadow following her. I think we really need to find some sort of dedication to Baal.
I agree. Okay, well, all right. We need more time. And I am out of ideas because clearly I've made myself a not so welcome person. So I don't think that it's wise to just leave things as is downstairs. I don't know if maybe money will help, but I'm thinking I can't just.
I think that with the right words, we can probably convince him that you didn't cast a spell on him, even though right now that's what he thinks happened.
Well,
The
he knows I
shock of
cast a
seeing
spell, but
Freya.
maybe.
Who else in the room? Because Zeg said he went and just laid down.
Oh, I'm laying
Yeah.
down in your room right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just assumed we're all in the same place. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm there too. Thanks, Susan.
Right. Well,
We'll deal with him next time we see him. I
he's
think
the
it's-
owner. He could kick us out.
That's true.
He seems a little bit busy for now. I, for one, am a little
Yeah.
tired, and
I broke Escobert by accident.
we didn't seem to learn very much.
He's broken.
We learned that she was killed by a shadow figure.
Andy, I know your people are really good at making little things. Do you think you could fix him?
Making little things.
Little things?
Little trinkets that move.
Oh, you mistake me, sir. I know I may look it, but I am not a deep gnome. I am a forest gnome, sir, and I cast minor illusion to prove it. And you got a small creature I can talk with?
So you can't fix Escobert?
I might be able to give him a talk. Depends. Convince him he's not crazy or whatever.
Yeah, that might be not possible. So
Oh,
good
boy.
news is I don't think he did it.
Well, that
Yeah,
is good news.
I don't
The
think
bad
I
news
would.
is that you don't know who did it.
Do you
A shadow.
share everything
Shadow?
with us, or just that a shadow did it?
That a shadow was following her.
And
Does that mean a spiritual entity or something other than?
Can I do some sort of check?
I mean,
All you
of us
heard
would
was
at
the
this
shadow.
point. I mean, if we're trying to figure out what a shadow is, like, we don't
I
have anything
mean,
to go on though.
You don't have
Uh,
any other details other than he said a shadow.
Did
Is it a demon?
You don't know. You'll have to.
I know there's such a creature as, like, myself, but
did either of them know what the shadow was, or did they not? Did they have any
he
idea?
wasn't really forthcoming about that.
Look, he's primed to help us now, right? You said he's in an emotional state. Why don't we make use of it?
I guess I could go down as myself.
Well, we'll wait a little bit until the
I think
emotion has passed.
we probably owe it to him to let him settle down a little bit. I think he's one step away from jumping off the ledge right now.
So
he's
did we?
having a nervous breakdown.
Yeah. Did we outside the window hear what was said inside the room?
He told us. Really
Everything
told us.
though. I just don't
That's
want
pretty much all he.
I don't want
That's
to
all
push
he said.
buttons.
He pretty much cried and said that it was a shadow.
There's a little bit more that I don't want to. I want to question, but I don't know if that would be too much.
I would have relayed everything.
Okay, cool. He said, "Is that okay, Christine?"
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I'm fine. Yeah.
He said that she knew what the shadow was. That they both knew. That's strange, or something along those lines. He knew it was trouble before. I don't understand.
At this point, can I ask for the journal back?
Hail it.
This probably would have been the smart.
Oh yeah. Here you go. Sorry, I forgot that I even had it.
Can I just take the next, like, how thick is this journal?
Probably like the size of a, I don't know, like an inch thick. It's like a half size sheet of paper, an inch
Can
thick.
I, again, start reading, but from the back, and I'm specifically looking for anything that stands out, like shadow and other
Um,
stuff.
While he's doing that, Rhoda's gonna lay down and take a quick nap. Right, you do that. I'm gonna have a lie down.
Like, how long would it take me to read this?
It would take you, I mean, like reading from the back, it's like maybe halfway filled. It would take you, you're scanning it, so couple hours to like really get a good look at it.
Sorry, how long?
Like a couple hours to like really investigate, like scan it and investigate it.
I'll
For
start
that.
doing that.
All right.
Can I do a like a religion check or something to see if I know anything about like maybe some demonic something or other where there's shadows that follow people and kill them or anything like that?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. It's not gonna be a great check, don't worry. Yeah, it's a 9, so it's probably not.
You're like, shadows in nature, that sometimes creatures can look like shadows of swiftness, but yeah, it's confusing. It seems like, yeah.
Yeah, I know nothing of religion.
But you're a really good tracker and a one-hit guy, so
Yeah.
All
I
you
was
can
gonna
do
say
is
one-hit
one
wonder,
thing.
but that didn't
Yeah.
didn't sound nice.
You know me, hey, like the one-hit wonder.
Had that one single from back in '92 and nothing since.
Yeah, called Killing Goblins.
Gerbilin.
I guess I'll cast Good Berries twice real quick, make sure everybody's fed because I know we're not gonna go back downstairs and get food. So
All right, new strategy, guys. I say we go down there, pretend like fucking nothing happened.
No, so
Be
Rona's
fair.
gonna wake up from her nap and say, "I got an idea. If I get into trouble, I'll come back upstairs. But I have an idea." So she's gonna amble back downstairs.
All right.
Zag is at this point seeing thoroughly he's doing his thing. He's gonna go back to his own room and say, "Good luck with that." Oh no, I don't have spells left, but I'll just go sleep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back
I'm
to my
gonna
room.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
bless myself because the first time I'm stupid and I didn't realize you could bust up to 3 targets. So I'm gonna bless myself.
Okay.
And I'm going to go downstairs and see if I see the older innkeeper dude.
You don't. It's pretty, like, it's empty. The door's locked. Yeah.
Plot thickens. So she's gonna go wandering a little bit and peek into the kitchen and see if anybody's in there.
I guess I would have like a helper. You see a young male dwarf reading cookbook, sitting on the ground. His kitchen is cleared now. You could tell like the the dishes are in the sink from this morning.
Is his name Ashen something?
Ashhelm is like the last name of the others, but you haven't met him yet.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to the young guy and say, "Excuse me, do you know where the elder Ashhelm is?"
Oh, a family emergency. They're back there. They're in their quarters.
Right. Okay. Thanks. I appreciate it. And she's gonna go back upstairs and relay the information to group and say, "Well, it looks like they're having a powwow. I'm going to go lay down for the meantime. Unless you guys have something else you want to do."
Is it gonna be weird that we're all just gonna go to sleep?
I
at,
know.
Like, what is it, like 10 o'clock in the morning? Like,
It's not even 10 in the
all day?
morning.
I think we might have to tough this one out today and just like go to sleep at a normal time because it's gonna look real suspicious
All right. Well, I'll stay
if
up with you.
like we wait, you know.
No, that's right. All right. I'll stay up with you.
I'm still just taking my time going through the diary.
I'll
I'm
sleep as long
thinking. So
as
she's
possible.
So Rona's gonna flop down next to her leg and say, "All right, well, this is what I'm thinking. Just tell him that I was concerned for him, and I throw a whole bunch of money at him, and hope that does the trick."
Money talks. That's
That's
true.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. We could explain it with you came in, it seemed like something weird was happening. You panicked, and you used the spell erroneously.
All right, that's what.
Right?
All right, that sounds good. That sounds good. I
And
like it.
here's some gold for your troubles. Like,
Yes.
there we go.
All right. Hey, look, you're
I
my
love
guy.
it. Let's do it.
So in the meantime, Rona's gonna like sit there and sharpen her sword while Thrilly.
I'm gonna apologize.
That's Rona.
Yeah.
Well,
Dandy, what are you up to?
I'm gonna try and think real hard if there's anything I've ever heard of that's a shadowy monster that kills people. Have I ever heard of such a thing?
You can roll a history check.
Sure.
Ooh.
Pretty good.
You consider yourself a shadow as as an assassin at times. But like monster wise, you haven't really interacted with anything like that, so you're you would assume it's like an assassin or something. That your interpretation of a shadow would be that.
Okay. I think I know what we're dealing with here. If not, I'll just I'll hang out with her, really make sure that he doesn't go crazy reading over that book.
Yeah. So you're reading through the book from the back forward.
I think as soon as I realized I was going to be just taking my entire time, I would have switched and read the proper way around.
All right. I mean, I was just assuming like the way you were reading, it would take about like 2 hours for you to really investigate it,
Yeah.
like and look for things in it. So it starts out like pretty normal. She describes like pretty superficial things, school, interactions with classmates. You don't really find your own name in it, or like a description of you.
I figured that.
Yeah. She does mention. You do find mentions of Escobert, like seeing people tease him and saying how sorry she felt for him. And you see a couple like fights with her parents, and describes her father worrying about something weird, something about his business. And then like back to flowers and whatever.
What was his business?
I mean, he's a landowner. He
Okay, just
yeah.
in general about the town.
Yeah, and he's and you knew that he was like one of the only like he's an extremely high powered dwarf in Baldur's Gate.
Mhm.
Then there is like mention of her best friends and their interactions and the crushes that she has on her male best friend, and fight she had with her Vanderhild, her best friend, about that.
What was the fight about?
They both had the same crush. I had a crush on the same guy, and they
Is
fought
he
about.
named?
Yeah. So he had a different name last time, but I can't find it. His name is Hammock Granite Sunder.
Was it supposed to be Tor Emberax?
Yes. Where's that? Tor Emberax.
Okay.
Let me write that down. Tor. Yeah. And you remember those two as like the three of them were very popular. They were very well liked and blah blah blah. All like from pretty high powered dwarven families in the area. And you do find her last passage about a redhead following her. And you do see the date, and it's the last entry is about a week before she died. Shadow behind you.
Shadow behind me.
All right. Yeah.
Someone that's better putting things together. I'm gonna explain the vision I got about Baal, and it being related to jealousy, greed, or wrath. And I'm asking someone more intelligent in this room than I am.
Is anyone more intelligent? No.
I don't think so. I don't think my
I feel
intelligence
like-
there.
We're not the smartest group.
I'm your
Andy,
average,
help
your average
us.
bro.
I'm kind of smart. I'm kind of smart.
Basically say, I feel our next line of questioning should be either with Tor or Vanderhilt. What do you think?
You know what? To really, I don't know too much about this whole society or even your place or my own place in it. So, whatever you think is best, I think that would be best. Your call. This is
Would I remember where Vanderhilt grew up?
Do you
It's
consider
either this or I just walk out into the main square, guys.
I mean, yeah, no, I feel you.
do you would you say what would you say Thoroughly's relationship with his classmates was like? A loner or
I feel like he tried really hard to try to fit in, knowing his charisma.
all right.
You know where that's headed.
I imagine Thrilly is the kid who runs with his arms behind him to lunch.
Making airplane noises. Don't forget that.
I would say that Thoroughly, you grew up
With
with a
them
lot
being
of the
prominent
people.
families,
Yeah, the what's her face? Freya was definitely the one that came from Baldur's Gate. The others you kind of grew up with here and there. They're all from the greenest area. There weren't a lot of transplants. Yeah, so you know that they are. They're from the greenest area.
but do I know which house was theirs?
It's been 50 years, so.
Well, which house they were in 50 years ago.
I mean, let me see. One of the bigger ones, we'll say, maybe, not directly in town, kind of off, say, off the map.
Okay.
On, lush farms. Yeah. But nearby. You could get there in less than an hour.
So want to go knocking on some doors?
Whatever you need.
Well, it's either that or I just stand in town square and see who comes.
No, we're not doing that. So let's go knock on some doors.
At around this time, you hear a pound on your door. I can't knock or Rose is going to bark at me.
Do you want me to do it for you? I can.
Open up.
I
It's
think.
me. You hear Ina.
Little occupied.
I have to talk to you.
To who?
You're talking to me right now.
But really, I have to tell you something.
I think we should let her in.
So really, it's about. She whispers, Freya.
Just a second.
Rona's going to lean into Thorillian and say to him that you saw her too, or else she's going to wonder why we're all in here together.
I cast Zone of Truth on the room,
So now we all can't lie.
but as soon as she comes up, I'm leaving the room.
Cool. So Zag like rolls in a bed like
Um,
bleary-eyed, opens his door, sees her there.
I'm gonna aim it, although that would go through.
An affected creature is aware of the spell, so just
It can go through walls, can't it? It doesn't say it's blocked by objects. Just cast it near the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast it near the door, and I'll be standing on the other side of the room, just in case I need to lie.
All right.
Come in.
Did you lock the door? You unlock the door. She opens it. Her eyes are puffy. Her hair, red hair, is like very curly and out, like not braided. She
I've
obviously
pocketed the journal, by the way.
all right. She looks very distraught. She's still pale white. She looks around. Says, "Can your friends be trusted?"
Very much so.
At this,
They're
Zag
really-
will lock
They
the
haven't
door
turned me
behind
in
him.
yet, so guessing they can be trusted.
Zag?
I'm just locking the door behind us.
Oh, okay. Really? We saw Freya.
You did?
Something is going on. I mean, she didn't even have a scratch on her. She looked like the day she died. She just, I don't even know what to do. Escobert is off the deep end. She questioned him. And he had no answers for her. Something weird is going on, and I don't think it's safe for you to be here.
I was brought here for a reason, and maybe she's manifesting herself for that same reason.
I don't know anything about magic or manifestation, but it's, I mean, undead and that sort of thing. It's not good to have around.
And I
She was
completely
good to
agree with that as I finger my holy symbol.
Why are you doing that?
in the traditional sense, yes, but as a 12-year-old, I'm laughing inside.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
Hey! I didn't know you liked her too. No, I'm just kidding.
Look, I mean, there's something about the night that I feel compelled to tell you.
Tell me.
I mean, it's not about the night, but okay, rude dog.
The spirits in me are barking for truth.
She actually thought I was crying earlier. So
Yeah,
she's very
she's
upset.
distraught.
Oh.
There's Escobert saw something suspicious every time Freya was around. He told her. I didn't know about it till years after she passed. He was passed out drunk. He finally told me the truth. Something dark is involved with this. What creature would do that to a person? No one human. And I mean, you don't want to awaken something or cause harm to other innocent people. It's not safe.
What could she have been involved in that would prompt this thing to be around her?
I don't think. I mean, I don't know. But
Was Ana's name mentioned in the journal?
Nope.
You say you were a friend of hers, correct?
I mean, in passing, in the same way you were her friend. She was everyone's friend at the Really.
Interesting. I'm going to pull out the journal. How it doesn't mention you nor I in here.
Okay. What
Nor
is that?
mention of Escobert talking to her to warn her.
All right.
And only of someone with red hair following her.
It was probably Escobert. When was the last entry? Was it the day of her death?
When did Escobert first notice this shadow?
You'd have to ask him.
He didn't tell you when he told you everything?
All he said was, I mean, I'm not a detective. I didn't know what to ask him. All I know is that he said that he noticed something weird and he tried to follow it and thus followed her. And he's not a subtle guy. He probably came off weird. You knew him. I mean, I love him. He's my brother, but he's not subtle. You can't miss him.
Well, thank you for letting us know. We will try to keep a low profile.
I'll turn to her before she leaves and say, "Do you think Escobar would be up for talking if he was more sober?"
Can you
Or
drink?
less.
I mean, he always considered Thoroughly a friend. I think he would tell you the best he could, but his brain is mostly alcohol now.
Was he always that way?
No.
Was it just after Freya?
He blamed himself for Freya and for Thoroughly. He blamed himself for what happened to Thoroughly's parents. He blamed himself for everything.
Do you think if he helps us now that he'll be on the path to recovery?
It's been a long time.
I believe that's what she would have wanted. Tell him he should help us.
I'll ask, and I'm sure he'll do it. But he's not in the condition now. He can barely speak. He's so frightened.
I may be able to help him with that, motivate him a little bit.
With fear?
Yeah. Well, technically, yes. Lesser restoration was my thought there, so it would technically
Maybe.
cure fear. Or, sorry, yeah, I usually can help with fear and his other coping mechanism as well.
What time is it right now?
Probably
real
like probably like
Maybe
9
10?
a.m. Yeah, maybe 9. Like
Oh,
you guys started
okay.
real early,
You're right,
like
yeah.
5:30, and then he read for a couple hours, and you
I
scared
was
the
about
shit
to
out
be
of
like,
him.
it's been a crazy day. Maybe we should all just go to bed.
Well, thank you, Ana. We may leave the town for the day.
They're really.
Should
I
probably
have one
help.
question though. Did Freya come to you?
No.
All right. She looks pointed. Just another thing no one's gonna believe us about. She leaves the room.
I go and close the door. So, I'm really good at messing things up.
What
Is Zone
happened?
of Truth still up?
Yeah,
I
right.
was just wondering.
Why do people keep bringing up your parents as if something's wrong? And why don't you care?
Told me to leave.
To protect you. If they really didn't care, they would have turned you over.
I think that. So wait, have you not spoken to your parents since you left?
Nope. They basically
think-
disowned me. Told me to leave. That would be better. They couldn't see me hanged, but I feel like they believed the rumors.
Okay, so it wasn't a good parting. Gotcha. It wasn't
But you
like a
don't think
run for your
that
life
it's
thrilly.
possible that they might have investigated the issue or learned a thing or two about it? Like, would it be worth going to find them and maybe trying to make amends, or at least seeing what they think of you? Maybe in this flurry of emotions you left and it was a mistake. Is that possible? Is it worth it? Sorry. Yeah.
No. Did you have a happy childhood? Really? I mean, were they good parents before this happened?
What does this ink blot look like? What does it look like?
You smash a good berry in parchment.
What do you see?
Very.
Did you have a good relationship before that though? Is there anything to salvage, or were they not really wonderful before that?
Did I tell you, Christine, any of this? Or am I gonna have to start making this up?
Yeah.
You told
Start
me a
making
little
it
bit. Like they were just kind of they weren't like extremely like loving parents. They were
Yeah,
pretty
I wanted
like
to say like they weren't around, which is why I was always trying to play tricks and.
yeah, they weren't around
Okay.
much. They were pretty like cold dwarven people, and there really wasn't really like the best in his class, and they never indicated that they were proud of him.
So it sounds like to me that maybe they weren't just trying to save you. Maybe I don't know. I don't want you to go back there and get hurt though.
We don't really have much else to go on, thoroughly. If you have a better idea.
He has a name and he has Escobar. I think we should question the redhead. The other one.
I
Which
agree.
other one?
The
which
third
other
one?
The
dead one?
No, the one that was emotional wreck earlier that we're waiting for to calm down a little bit.
Oh,
to dry his
Escobar, yeah.
tears.
I tried that.
No, talk to him when he's sober. Zag can help him. And
Talk to him when he's sober and not looking at a ghost.
Yeah.
exactly. Aina's gonna talk to him and then he's gonna help you.
Oh, okay. Let's go down and wait for him to come out then.
All right, good. Maybe you guys can help me make amends with the older one then.
Did
Maybe.
Thea make
Have you
it
seen
seem...
how my making amends go, Rona?
No, maybe Dandy can help me. To be a bit of a smooth talker.
I'll
I can
try.
do this.
While this happens, what if one of us goes to find your parents as an investigator of sorts and just sees what information we can get about it, not even mentioning that you're in town? Is that a terrible idea? Would you hate that thoroughly?
You can try.
Dandy, do you have a guard uniform that you use to investigate things with?
I don't. I'm a little too short. They're gonna. I'll see for that
Oh
one.
my god, that
Um,
would be adorable.
don't.
I'm imagining Dandy, like a very small Dandy, in like sunglasses and a cop uniform, like
Oh my god, it's so cute. I can't stand.
Flash the
Mr. or
badge.
Miss, what is Thrilly's last name?
Stormbeard.
Stormbeard.
Mr. or Mrs. Stormbeard. When did you last see your son? Like, anyways, sorry.
And Rona as like the good cop.
Yeah.
but uses command on everyone.
Yeah. Did Thea indicate that Escobar would be out of commission for like an extended period of time or hours?
Like she just indicated that he isn't doing well emotionally, and she's not really sure. She doesn't know much
Okay.
about psychology.
Why
He's
is
just
everybody
in
not
a
have a
bad
degree?
way.
So yeah, we'll go wait then, I guess. And then if anybody wants to investigate, like Haley said.
I'd like to try.
I'll go with you in case things go south.
All right. I have a question because maybe I wasn't paying good enough attention, but didn't we say that the popular guy or whatever lived on the outskirts of town and it would take a little while to get there? Or her?
Yeah, Vanderhild hard braids.
Oh.
Yeah, both of they lived like maybe like a 20-minute walk from town, in like farms close, but not like you could get there and back in under an hour.
You guys don't want to question them?
Yeah, let's start with
That's what
them.
I wanted to do.
Sure.
Well, it sounds like a good amount of time to let Escobar cool down and then...
Yeah.
Cool.
I think he needs a good amount of time and a few bottles.
A few less bottles.
No. Bottles.
Well, if he's an alcoholic, then it's probably best to let him do his thing until
I'm
we
gonna
get
at
back.
this point I'm gonna turn to Dandy and sort of ask, is alcohol a medicine? Is there something I don't know? It cures mental mental disability. It helps you grow. Is there something I'm missing?
It's a cure-all.
Yeah.
That's the
Alcohol.
end.
All right. So half of you are going to invest. Are you guys all going together, or
I think we
What do you
should all go.
Are you just sit in the and just stare at the wall until Escobar walks out?
No,
He's
I
got a
mean,
couple
let's
hours
go.
of
No, I
crying,
meant like
please.
Thrilly, are you coming?
Yeah.
Like Thrilly, are you gonna sit?
I'll go to Vanderhild.
All right,
but
cool, yeah.
Yeah.
all right?
Oh.
Rona starts brewing her new medicine. Yeah, so you head out of town. It's like in between shifts, and it's early-ish in the morning. Do you guys take the main road? Are you sneaking?
Not sneaking, I feel like. We wouldn't sneak
Is-
well
wait,
anyway.
wait, no, Thorelia still looks like himself, so
Yeah.
sneak a little.
This is I will
Can we
sigh
put a-
deeply.
Can we
Sigh.
put like a cloak over you, Thorelia, and pretend like you're old and like give you a walking stick so you can like cover up a little bit?
How about the disguise kit? Didn't we have him disguised?
I thought I was still disguised.
Oh yeah,
I just been using disguise self on me.
that's right. No, that
Oh.
makes sense.
It's been more than an hour since the last time you used it.
Well, he means the disguise kit's like a permanent thing
The
until rubbed
disguise
off.
kit, I never changed
Oh,
my
okay.
actual physical appearance.
All right.
I'll sigh deeply and say, I can make us more unnoticeable, but that'll be the last I got for the day. I'm
Ooh,
leaning
can you give us
heavily-
horses again?
I can actually do that, but I'm not going to.
All right. So, you guys disguise yourselves, or you're disguised thoroughly.
I'm already disguised.
Yeah, with the disguise kit, and
I think we just walk, guys. People didn't notice me on the way in, and we didn't disguise me.
All right,
Yeah.
well, let's just walk then.
Worst case scenario, I turn into Freya again and scare the shit out of everyone.
So I'm a super idiot, and I cast Bless twice, and cast on Thorelia myself. Is there any way to retroactively cast on 2 other people, or just gone?
It only lasts a minute anyway.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind. I rescind everything.
Yeah, sure. Do whatever you want. Gone.
Yeah, it lasted a minute.
Goodbye, spell slots.
Yeah. All right. So, you make your way out through town. I would imagine.
Who's knocking, by the way, guys?
That would be you.
What? No. No.
All right. Well, it has to be somebody who's good at talking, And
I
Rona
don't
just
think
kinda
any of
looks
us
at
are going to
you.
be good at talking right now because we're all pretty
That's-
tired.
That's not true. I think the little one's always good at talking.
Yeah, but normally I
Yeah.
don't stay up for what is this like? We're on like 30 hours right now.
Working on it.
Yep,
You know-
we're working on it.
Well,
That was remarkably eloquent, Dandy. I think you got the job.
I'll
Alright.
knock and talk, guys.
No. I don't think you or I should do the talking.
I know Thoroughly
I'm gonna
shouldn't
start
because
just
he looks
walking up
odd.
to the front door.
No, Zag will hobble with his stick very fast in front of Thoroughly and hit
Don't
it.
make me command you too. Rona tries to grab at his hood.
I hit the door with my spider staff and stand there, and I sort of compose myself.
You
I'm
would
just
if you
gonna
made
lean
it out of
against
town.
Oh, we're not there yet.
Oh, damn it.
We suddenly are accosted by bandits.
Though you were not stopped in the first time, it doesn't mean that every time you leave, it's going to be peaches and
I'm
honey or whatever.
disguised this time.
Oh
So
yeah, I was
you-
actually before we got in that discussion, I was asking the group, I can make us look less distinguishable again, but that'll be the last I have. What do you all think?
Does it take up the rest of what you can do for the day? Because I don't think smart idea.
I have other things, but that
How will you-
level of spell is done.
How will you throw rocks if you can't cast?
I can always throw rocks. I've been doing that all my life.
Well, whatever you think. I
I
think
do
you
it.
need to be handy in case we have a fight. All right.
Oh wait, are we
well,
even being
that's-
stealthy? First question:
No,
Are we
we're
being
just
stealthy?
walking.
We're just walking,
No.
so I'm not gonna cast it. We're just fucking walking.
So, you guys.
I'm relying on Dandy's non-exhausted disguise kit.
I thought I was just I thought I was tired. Am I not?
Yeah, but this disguise kit was from yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
All
puts
right.
on the
I-
same disguise.
I never changed it. I never went to sleep.
Yeah, you didn't have a chance. Your mascara's running a little bit, but
Yeah, the curls are a little bit like. I imagine he did like one of those long, like.
Oh, we kept me male this time.
Your hair went flat.
Yeah, it's like not as good, but it like you know, because he's been up all night. Like an
Fair enough.
eyelash is like right there, but you know, you fix yourself up, freshen up a little bit, but you're all feeling a little bit more rough for the road ahead. There aren't a lot of people out, though there is a little bit of like morning, like you smell the baker baking bread, but not a lot of people are out yet. And you manage to make it to the you direct them to where the like nicer homes by Greenest were, they're really, and you manage to find a sign that says the Emberax household.
Did I see one for the Heartbraid household?
Yeah, you passed by that one, like maybe two doors, I don't know, 2 fields down is the Heartbraids.
Heartbraid's first, guys?
Sounds good to me.
shrug.
All right.
I'm just gonna lean against the wall, like, so if the door were to open like this, I'm gonna be, basically, so if the door opens, they can see it, but I'm just gonna be leaning against the wall.
All right.
Before I'll like take a
Shields on
step
my back.
forward and then realize, what are we going with here? What is our story? Are we just trying to find information about what happened?
I think so.
That's a really good question.
All right,
Are we
Tad,
being
you're with
honest?
me, I think. I don't know if we can lie too well. Yeah, I guess I'll
I'm
just be honest.
definitely
Sure. Okay.
over lying at this point.
Yeah. And Zach like stretches out, and he's like, "Okay, let's do this." And he walks up, and anybody can follow if you want, and you want to be up there. But I'm gonna go knock on the door with my staff.
Rona's gonna follow Zag just because she's concerned.
3 darts,
He just
three
said, "No,
darts
I'm not
appear in Zag's chest.
But she just wouldn't let him go by himself.
Well, I'm leaning against the wall.
So you make it to the door. You knock on the door. There's a brief silence, and you hear a kind, "Coming, dears, coming."
Really quickly, I
door-
whisper back to Thrilly, what is their name again?
Hard braids.
Which hard braid?
Vanderhild.
The door opens, and there is a very simply dressed dwarf in an apron covered in like a, we'll say, just flour. She says, and she's older woman, probably in her like 200s. I don't know. Dwarves live a long time, like middle age for a dwarf. She's yeah. Can I help you?
Yes, we're actually looking for Vanderhild hard braid.
Vanderhild, I haven't heard that name. It's hard braids. I haven't heard that name in a while. You're looking for Mrs. Emberax, actually.
Oh, Mrs. Emberax. I am so sorry. It's been a while since we've been in the area, and the sign says hard braid, so.
I mean, her parents still live here.
Oh,
they're
I'm
still-
unfamiliar with Dwarven custom. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's
When was the
you know
wedding?
human custom.
Yeah, from like a mile out.
And
No,
a
because
little.
I'm leaning up against the wall. Where, like, if the door opened, like.
Oh, I thought you were
probably
at,
would've
like,
been
the
one of
gate
the first
wall.
ones she saw.
Other side.
I thought you were like at the gate wall, but okay, yeah.
Oh, hello, dear. I'm the wedding, it was 50 years ago. It was beautiful. It was just a wonderful event. The whole town was there. It was
50 or 15? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
50? 50? Or actually I should be 49. Their 50th anniversary is coming up.
And like, when would have the anniversary of Freya's death been? Has it ticked over 50 now?
We'll say it was like 50 years ago, because you said you left 50 years, so it's like a year. She says a year after her death.
Okay.
It was just a beautiful affair. It was on these very fields, but you see behind you, it was just a, an event of a lifetime. And who are you? What's your
I think I would probably remember like the priest or priestess's name from when I was growing up.
You just remembered that there is a what is it called? Like a temple to Shantia here. You don't really remember the name of the guy, but you remember that he was a priest of Shantia, and they celebrate Shantia here.
I'm assuming the local priest presided over this.
Oh, I mean, it was a blessing from Shantia, so of course he was there. And who are you? What's your business here? Asking about besides asking about weddings?
Oh,
Are you
old
planning
friend.
your own?
Yes.
Oh, you two make a lovely couple. She looks at you and Zag. May your
Can I say?
I reddened visibly.
oh,
He's a little
blushing bride. May Shantia fill your cart with many bales of grain.
So Vanderhild's just down the road then with Tor.
Oh yes, and you'll see their little ones running around. This is such cuties.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your time, miss.
No problem. You know what? Let us know if you want to have your wedding here. It's a beautiful place to have one.
Zag will
will,
awkwardly
we
bow and turn and walk away.
All right.
I love how she went to me and Zag when Rona said she followed Zag up.
Oh yeah.
I know.
I thought that's where we were going, but then when you said you and Zag, I'm like, yes.
All right, let's take a break for a minute, and then
Okay.
we'll get back together.
All right. Let me put
All right.
on that sweet trend. Visuals up. Audio up. Go, go, go.
Hi. So okay.
Let's
So
go.
you planned a wedding. It was beautiful. You tried on many clothes to get married. No.
Oh my goodness.
I was wearing the
Thoroughly
kilt.
gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, my husbando.
So you
Husbando.
Husbando. It's a druid thing that no one else does. So you find yourselves. You discovered that Vanderhilde married Tor Emberax from the main. And yeah, what would you guys like to do?
Solve this
I
murder
want to
mystery.
head back towards the Emberax household.
All right. Either you make it there. You notice that there are people in the fields working. I guess we could establish that it's probably around like fall, and early fall, and they're harvesting. Yeah,
Any children running around?
you don't see any children, but you assume that they're probably in school.
I'm gonna go knock on the door.
Okay.
I'll stand behind my dearest husband.
Fiance. Don't get carried away.
My dearest soon-to-be husband.
Yeah, you knock on the door. A male dwarf with brown hair braided neatly and an apron on greets you. Hello, can I help you?
Hi, I'm looking for the Emberaxes.
You've reached our household.
Yeah, I was wondering if I could talk to Tor Vanderhild.
Tor? What time is it? Yeah, he's Can I get your name? I can see if he's in.
Let him know it's an old friend.
Mr. Emberax has a lot of old friends.
He'll want to see me.
And your name?
Johnny Craghammer.
All right. Your servant has. Thank you. I'll let him know Johnny Craghammer is here to see you.
Just
you-
mention that he'll definitely want to see me.
You had a name, right? That disguise had a name. I named it.
Yeah,
Right?
I forget
Oh,
it.
yeah, it
Sorry.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
All right. I'll be back. I'll see if he's in his office. He like kind of gives you a weird look. Johnny's such a weird first name. He
It's foreign.
he's gone. For a moment.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna actually get rid of the bowl cut and basically try to pull my hair back into the mohawk ponytail.
All right. He comes back down and says that Mr. Emberax isn't in. But I sent him a message and center of town conducting business. If he said he may have a couple minutes for you.
And what about Vanderhild?
No, Vanderhild is maybe here, but I must ask you to. I mean, she's terribly busy.
I'll only take a minute of her time.
Roll a persuasion check.
That I promise. Persuasion?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
There it is. Didn't even need disadvantage on that one.
That's a natural 1 and natural 20.
Yeah, you rolled both ends of the spectrum. Holy shit.
Mr. Craghammer, I think it would be inappropriate for the lady of the house to speak to you, even though you are an old friend.
Let her know it's a Stormbeard, not a Craighammer.
A Stormbeard?
He
His
speaks
face
on
drops.
behalf of a distant relative of a Stormbeard, of course, is what he meant to say. I come up and say it in Dwarven.
Okay.
I'm just
Roll a
putting my hand on Dandy's face and trying to push him back.
Smush
Dandy-
away. Yeah.
roll a persuasion check.
With disadvantage because I'm tired, right?
Yep.
We're just straight
Alright.
babbling at this point. I love it.
Yeah. Okay. So I can't. There it is.
Ooh,
That's
okay.
not too bad.
That's okay.
You know, that is an interesting name that many don't use around here. I'm sure she'll be interested to see who's brave enough to use it. Give me a moment.
I'm
He heads
gonna-
up the stairs.
I'm gonna take a step back and just sort of.
While the door's been open, has there been anybody else going around
He
through the house?
closes the door between, so you can't like
Yeah,
step
but
in.
while he
the
was
entryway.
talking to me.
Oh, you see, let me see. So
Want me to roll?
you don't see anyone like walking behind him, but you, knowing what you do about these like dwarven households, you know there might be like one or two servants running around, but maybe in the kitchen helping
Otherwise-
prepare or
Yeah,
dusting
otherwise
or
empty.
something. So you're in the. He invites you into the entryway. He closes the door.
Okay.
So you're in the entryway. And the door opens, and you see a very very blonde dwarf with very intricate braids. A sign of her class in like pristine garments, some of the nicest clothes you guys have seen. Dandy would immediately recognize this as like a rich person.
This would be a
Vanderhill,
mark.
Congratulations. The invitation must have been lost in the mail.
You shouldn't be here.
Why do you say that?
You killed Freya. I'm calling the guards immediately. Call the guards.
Whoa.
What?
If I did, why would I come back now?
To kill us all. Evil. She goes to close the door.
Interesting how you had a fight with her shortly before she died, and now you're married to her boyfriend, which I hear happened pretty quickly after your best friend died.
What do you know about us?
Pull out the journal.
Her.
I got it last
She
night. And I
goes to
tossed
reach
to
it. Freya. This was Freya's.
It was still in her room after her parents left. I got it last night. I've been trying to find who framed me. Interesting how someone who, best friend is murdered pretty gruesomely. You marry her boyfriend right thereafter. I want to know how that happened. I was never good with people.
The servant has left you.
How far out of town are we?
20 minutes.
20-minute walk.
We got 20 minutes, guys.
Do
Wait,
we see her walking away? Because some of
She's-
us go inside.
She's there. You guys all see him talking to her, and you saw the servant. She said, "Go call the guard," and you see him walk away.
So me, Halek, and Zag are outside.
Oh,
if
I
I-
know I stepped up to the door nearby.
Yeah.
All right. So me and Halek are outside. Do we stop? Do you want to? I look at him. Do you want to stop?
Let her go.
You're inside.
Well, I don't think she's invited us past the threshold. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, when she started, if I saw the servant leaving, I would yell that.
Freya
If
and
I
I
was here
had.
to kill you, would I let her go?
I don't know. You have a lot of people with you. I don't.
Well, they're a little bit more concerned about me than I am right now, to be honest. So
I nod very, very quickly. Yeah, yeah. He's been on the, you know.
You're all
Look at us
heavily
all.
armed,
Well,
and I'm in my own home. You've come to kill me just like you killed Freya in her own home, and you'll tear me limb from limb.
this is the most polite murdering I've ever seen, if you don't mind me saying. We have been on your
you've seen a
doorstep
few
for
actually.
yeah. We're just here to talk. We just want an honest conversation. No need to call anyone. We're not here to harm you.
And as I said, I just want to know. I'll be on my way, and
I'm
Dandy.
gonna try and first of all, while I'm talking to her, I'm gonna try and like peek past her and see if I can get like a layout of this house. Like, how nice is this house?
All right. Perception.
I'll
What
also
are you-
like nudge Thrilly and say, "Oh, wow, nice." Oh,
Always roll well
Oh,
on
nice.
perception.
Okay, and roll for the roll with disadvantage.
exhaustion.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yes. I'm sorry. Exhaustion. Right.
Yeah, and because you tried to get a word and like convince her, you'll have to roll a persuasion at disadvantage too.
Okay.
Do you have a
Um,
zone of truth still, Thrilly?
maybe.
Man.
Oh, so you are, as you look in there, it is a pretty nice place. It is, I mean, you are highly trained to see, like, there is, like, the very intricately carved staircase, and there's a huge painting of them on their wedding day with just, like, gold everywhere, cool shit, art.
This smells of money for sure. Definitely. Okay. Mental note. And then I continue to babble and not
Alright.
do much with my persuasion because I'm so tired. You don't understand.
She does seem to melt as you have kindly said that you are not murderers. She does seem to believe you enough to. She clutches the journal to her chest and says,
Her
I
parents
mean-
didn't seem to take any of her stuff. Do you know why?
"Would you take reminders of something like that?" I
Take
ask you.
reminders of my daughter. Would you not take reminders of your own children? I hear you have them now.
Don't. Do you have children, Thoroughly? Do you
No.
know what it's like? Then don't bring my children into this. They took little things. They took her portraits and her, but they left a lot. I'm sure. They left in a hurry.
Can I insight
Time-
check her?
Yes.
And you married Tor in a hurry.
We've known each other for years. A year's not a hurry.
I'm just going for like a general feel of whether she's being truthful in her knowledge she's presented to us. Did she genuinely seem surprised that Thrilly was back in town? Did she sort of basically, is she lying? Like, do I detect any lies or mistruths essentially?
She looks like pretty, like, from your experience, she looks pretty forthcoming. She looks visibly disturbed about what's happening, and kind of so put off. She just, like, babbling.
Okay. So,
And what does Tor do now?
He's in his father's business.
Remind me, I've been gone a while.
I mean, land and selling and crops and the like. Interacting with Baldur's Gate, of course.
Probably gonna come back with the guards, isn't he?
I mean, yes. Don't
Why
hurt
don't we wait?
him.
Have a nice little conversation.
I don't have anything to tell you. Girls fight. We fought. We fought all the time, but we made up. It was all going to blow over. Tor and I have been in love since we were children. You know that. Or maybe not. I don't care.
I kind of nudge Thoreely, and whisper, maybe we should be thinking about leaving if they're getting the guards. No?
You'll be arrested, thoroughly. You'll be arrested and put in jail, and you will hang like you should for murdering Freya.
Haven't been arrested, and I've been here for months already.
You've been using wicked tricks just like you did to murder her. We all know you did it. And if you've been here for a month, that's further proof that you've done it.
Can we hear
So-
this at all, or are Halek and I standing too far
Yeah.
away to hear?
Yeah,
She's yelling now. So, what are you
About
two
all
doing?
my tricks are.
Can I
I-
command her to calm down?
All
I
my tricks involve are making friends.
Oh my god! I was like, when do I do this?
All right. So you have to do a one word.
Okay, so I would command calm.
Would that give her disadvantage on the charm personage?
And no. You
No!
hear you hear like her jaw kind of clench and like deep breaths.
I say to her, he didn't do it.
Ah! What are you? These are your friends?
I'm his friend. Look.
Did my spell work?
Oh, what did you do?
Oh, look at that.
My tricks are making
Oh.
We
I'm
Calm
sorry. I
person.
thought she did okay.
Calm person.
She did, and I did that at basically about the same time.
We just hit her with 1,000 spells at once.
If we all cast spells, we'll get her.
I cast minor illusion for no reason.
Yeah, that does manage to she suddenly looks at you, her eyes like once full of fear and animosity are now, oh, they're really
First said my name.
good to see you.
Underhild, who first said my name after that night?
I mean, a servant who saw you there.
The servant's name?
I don't know the servant. I don't know the servants that were there. I mean, there were so many of them. But
Funny,
Who?
funny that he would say that, considering I was there the night before, but not that night.
I mean, they were questioned for hours. Anything weird, and someone saw you there.
Did you help spread that it was me?
I mean, it was horrible, thoroughly. And I mean, now I wouldn't think you did it because you're. I don't know. My opinion has just suddenly changed of you. You just like the nicest person in the world.
What about
And-
Tor?
I mean, no offense, but we barely knew you thoroughly. We just spread what we heard. We were kids. He was a kid. Weren't you a kid?
What do you know about the shadows that journal mentions?
Shadows.
Excuse me. What do you know about No, okay. So she said she left. She doesn't know anything about any
Still
shadows.
visit the Temple of Shantia regularly, I'm assuming.
Twice a week, 3 times during the harvest. Our goddess brings such delight down.
There is no jealousy between you and Freya.
Of course there is jealousy, but I mean, who won in the end? She gives like a real creepy smile.
Yep. Wait. So okay.
But Ball had nothing to do with that, of course.
Don't say that name out loud.
Why not?
The- You'll bring a curse on my household.
That already been done.
Shantia protects us.
Can we go into the den while we wait for Tor to arrive?
Of course, everyone come into the den. Can I get you food? Are you guys hungry? Let me get you some tea. What
Please.
would you like?
Please.
And
Good.
wipe your feet, please. But it's okay if you don't. Yeah, so Halek and Dandy, you find good little spots along, like there's a stone fence around the front of the manor. Between the field and the manor, and you find little ways to hide in the tall grasses.
Okay.
I just want to look for like a plant, like an exit that we could all sneak out through.
Okay. Roll perception. All right. Yeah, you see an exit around the back of there with in the stone. However, you do notice that the guards are starting to approach from the town. There are
Okay.
there are like 6 of them coming, and a very panicked dwarf behind them, dressed nicely. You know from the portrait, this is Tor. All right, now we'll cut back to Thorilli. She's smiling. You have like a big tray of meats and bread and like fine cheeses and jam,
Making
little
myself at home.
jams. And Zag, you're in there, and Rona, you two are in there too, right?
Yep. I'll be standing
Yeah.
sort of at an interpoint in between the den and the door, and sort of like eyeballing for either Dandy or Halek.
Yeah, Rona didn't sit. She's like standing on the
Vanderhilt.
threshold.
Vanderhilt, when Tor and the guards arrive, you're gonna let them know that this was just a big misunderstanding, correct?
Of course. It
you.
was. I
Rona,
mean, we're
Zig,
friends
come on,
here.
sit down. She's being
No.
a great host.
She's
With my
wonderful,
passive
but
eye-
I'm gonna stay here.
Rona, please. She like kind of hooks her arm. Let my servant do your braids, your beautiful hair. She like hands you a plate full of like meats and cheeses. Like, put your hammer or your axe down. No need for that. We're all friends here. Servant comes
She
from nowhere and
smiles.
begins braiding your
doesn't-
hair.
She doesn't take the plate, and she kind of says, "Oh, thank you very much, but I'm gonna stay here. I need the fresh air. I feel a little sick right now."
Oh, we have our air imported. Here.
Dandy, we just went up a level on the money scale here.
Wow, that's
Danny starts
incredible.
searching the house. No, just kidding.
I grab a jar and start scooping it in. So valuable.
Fresh air. I mean, you kind of look out the back, and like where there's stables or like servants like fanning the poop smell away
nice.
from the
Oh
house.
God.
Um,
Yeah. could get used to this.
So, did you, when you were children, did you like Freya more than Tor?
I liked them equally. They were my best friends. Freya was my female best friend, and Tor was the cute dwarf everyone liked.
Did he like? I guess we already figured most of this out. Never mind.
Yeah, so Halek, you see as they are coming closer, they're armed. They have crossbows out at the ready.
Mm-hmm. I hop down from my lookout, and I run in and whisper to because Thorillian is like very involved in the conversation. I like whisper to Erica and Zag like they're here.
We need to go now.
I don't think Thrilly is going to leave. Set up in a non-threatening as possible, and I think he has a plan. I hope he has a plan.
Rona's gonna look over to say back to Halek. I think we need to get him out of here, and I think we need to do it shortly because I don't think he has enough to cover all of them.
Also, I don't want to get arrested. We're complicit here. Like,
She starts handing
all thrown in jail.
She hands Halek a plate of like meats and cheese. Whispers make no friends.
I smile.
Come
Thank
in,
you.
sit
I
down.
nibble.
She's going to explain this was all a misunderstanding.
She's one woman, Thorilli. There are 6 men or more coming toward us.
I bring the plate down so Bonchan can eat.
You
Oh,
just
we forgot our giant wolf. I always forget.
He looks up and like meets coming in.
Yeah.
Right as the pounding of boots come in to the entryway. Thoroughly Stormbeard, you're under arrest.
I say, well, lady, now's your chance to go tell them that it was that everything's okay and we're your welcome guests.
Oh,
Go
okay.
do it right now, please.
She stands up.
Halek, calm down.
I'm calm.
Gentlemen. It's a simple misunderstanding. I just had a lovely visit from our old classmate. I mean, now we're friends. Thorilli. Tor is sweating. He's brown, long hair, also intricately braided, well kept and manicured.
I'm just sipping on the tea in the den.
He's dangerous. Thorilli, you must come with us.
Who's there?
Tor, come in. Let's have a chat before we
You
leave.
see 6 guards. They're all like heavily armored. They have crossbows and axes at the ready.
Okay.
They don't look like they are extremely prepared. Like they don't actively go out and adventure, but they do look pretty tough. And Tor is a little definitely in the last 50 years has gained a few pounds, but he's still he's out of breath, but he's pretty active still.
Tor, come on in. Let's just have a chat. That's all I want.
Vanderhild, come this way. It's not safe over there.
If it wasn't safe, pretty sure she'd be dead by now. You weren't exactly the quickest.
It's a 20-minute run from the. It took us 20 minutes to get here. That's about normal.
Still a long time.
If it wasn't safe, I'd be gone. Come in. Let's just chat.
I go up to him and I put my arm on him and I say, yes, let's just chat. And I put a little pressure on his back to walk in.
Roll an intimidation check.
Okay.
At disadvantage.
Yep.
Oh no.
Are there any
Okay.
windows in this room that we could jump out of dramatically?
Wait,
'Cause
can I roll it normal because Banchan is at my side and he sort of bares his teeth a little bit?
With,
No.
Alright.
with 6 guards around, I don't know. If
Had to try.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
really describing on how we do this, trying to get that advantage given.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Look at me.
So strong, so scary. Look at me
He
go.
follows you. He runs over to his wife, who's smiling and holding out plates, and just he like goes over and like brushes her hair, and she like wipes them off. Vanderhild, are you okay? You look weird.
So I have a question.
What did you do to her? Go ahead.
Nothing.
All right, so command lets. Never mind. Just...
Are you out of spells?
Well, no, I'm not out of spells. I have 1 spell left, but I was
Okay.
thinking I could make him believe too, but I would have to say it out loud, and then I just don't want everybody else in the room to freak out. So, never mind.
You could order him to tell the truth, Rona.
There you go. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. Can I just look at say truth?
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do. And that's my last level spell.
All right. Let me roll for him. Oh.
It's either really good or really bad.
He says, "Thoroughly's gonna kill you. Get out! We have to get out of here."
No, he's not, you daft person.
He killed Freya.
He did not kill Freya. He's here because he wants to clear his name. What are you on? You think he'd come here if he were really guilty? That's
And why would
stupid.
we all be here? He clearly convinced all of us that he was worthy of his name being cleared.
You may not know him very well. We all know him very well. He murdered a young woman and tore her limb from limb.
You know the rumors. Has he ever hurt animals or done something in his youth where you think he was a weird person that would hurt somebody else? No, he didn't. You guys heard a rumor and you're all split. You pushed it around town, and now
I'm not sure heard the rumors or say the correct thing, is it, Tor?
What? What'd you say? I have no idea what you just said. You just repeat yourself.
That's hearing a rumor might not be what actually happened, was it, Tor?
I mean, it's quite possible that it wasn't what happened, but we were told what happened. You went
By
there.
who?
By the whole village, by the town master, by everyone. Everyone knows you did it, Thoroughly.
a rumor started by a few stupid folk who saw him at the wrong time at the wrong place.
They saw him there. They saw
I
him.
want to speak to who saw me there.
They're probably in Baldur's Gate. They left.
You heard it from somebody else. It's hearsay.
How else are you? I don't know what hearsay is.
Well, you didn't see him do it with your own eyes. You saw nothing. And
No
you
one
heard
saw
it from...
anything, and she died. She was, and he
Were
just
you-
kind of
were you
collapses
not-
on the ground.
No! Damn it.
Oh,
All
no.
of you.
I loved her, and
Boom! Yes!
he murdered her.
I was about to ask who he liked more. And that kind of tells me all I need to know. And
I come over.
Does
What's Vanderhill doing?
yeah,
during
does
this?
Vander's health
She's
expression
like-
flicker at all?
She's just like looking back and forth, like kind of like, she's
Vanderhill,
trying.
how do you feel about this? That he clearly still loves her.
I won.
How did you win?
She died.
How did she? Damn it!
So you
That's what
won
you
by
wanted,
oh,
wasn't it?
that's bullshit.
I mean, it just worked out in my favor. I guess
Clearly.
the
You
luck
won
was on my
nothing.
side.
Sorry, what was on your side?
Luck was on my side.
Wasn't anything else.
No.
You wouldn't want to anger me, would you, Vanderhild?
No, we're friends.
So you are telling me the truth, right?
Why would I lie to you? We're friends.
Well, clearly, you wanted. You're happy that your best friend died because so you could win.
I'm not happy. I'm just happy with how my life is now.
Can I insight check her on that?
Yeah. And see, it would just be a regular because you have
Okay, then I'll take that 16.
I mean, she's charmed. She wouldn't
I
deceive
don't-
you.
At this
She,
point, I'll say
you guys are
I
best
don't
friends.
think she's a murderer, Thoroughly. I think she's morally bankrupt.
she wasn't lying
Mortally
before. She
bankrupt.
isn't.
I'm wondering if she made a deal with someone.
That's possible, but I really just think she's an asshole.
Did you, Vanderhild?
A deal? No.
Win?
A deal to win? No. I prayed to Shantia just like anyone else.
For your friend
Or-
to die, how nice.
No, for his heart. And she answered my prayers. And we're happy and we have children. It's just the greatest thing in the world.
Or
Would you agree, Tor? Yeah.
He's crying and
Damn. Okay, that's fair.
he says, I mean, we're happy, but I miss her.
what did Vanderhild do to win you over so quickly?
She
From what
comforted
I
me.
remember, you and Freya were the item.
I mean, she comforted me when we lost our best friend. And she was there for me and it just happened. I don't know.
Sorry, guys.
You're good. We're all kind of at a loss for words right now.
Tor, did she mention anything to you about somebody following her before she died?
Or some
Just
sort
that-
of shadow either.
I mean, the only shadow I remember is that weirdo Escobar at that town drunk. That loser.
He's not a loser.
Hey, you be nice.
New command word. Nice.
Vanderhild, can I have the book back, please?
He gave it
She-
back to you.
Gives it to you.
Oh.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Well,
Oh,
How
well,
long?
here. Do you guys want any more? Do you guys want anything? A doggy bag. Do you want doggy bags? You want a doggy
Yes.
bag, she says to Bonchan. He
Yeah.
calls the servant over. Pack this up, and pack up the nice
Vanderhild, help it.
meats.
How about you help her?
Huh? How did I help her?
Go and help. Go and help pack up the food.
Okay. Bye. I'll be back. Don't leave without me. Please don't leave without me.
Or
She-
now that she's gone. Anything else you wish to say without her around?
I guess that Freya and I were going to run away. Because she was
Was
pregnant.
there any chance that
she was what?
Because she was pregnant with my child.
Bum, bum, bum.
Did Vanderhild know?
No one knew. Not even her parents.
Who could possibly have known?
Who indeed? A nurse? Anyone, thoroughly.
It's a question I've been asking myself for the last 50 years.
When's the last time you saw her?
The day before, we were going to run off.
What's the last thing she said to you?
I'll meet you tonight.
When that night?
At 2 a.m. At the back of her farm.
What happened when she didn't meet you there?
I waited.
When was the last time you saw her? Like the day before that night, or was it the day? Like, was there a night between?
The same day.
Same day.
I waited until I heard a blood-curdling mother finding. I thought that she had just told her, and the next day everything would be fine and figure it out, but she was dead.
Can I insight check him on this?
Mm-hmm.
He's been told truth, so
Yeah. Yeah, you saw.
Yeah, but command only lasts like 6 seconds.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Oopsies.
Yeah.
whoopsie.
Oh, I didn't know that. I should have checked. So, yeah. But what you see is he looks like he's not a very complicated. These are not very complicated people. They're not. They're regular people who are caught up in something that they don't understand.
I don't understand. I get nothing.
Just says on its next turn.
Well, then I guess it hasn't had a turn yet, right, folks?
You've stirred
Does
up a lot of.
Vanderhill know that was the case? She was pregnant?
Don't tell her.
Why
She doesn't
shouldn't
know.
I?
Because it'll break her heart.
Well, she seems pretty happy the fact that she got you.
Yeah. But she doesn't need to know things like that. It'll just hurt her. And Thoroughly,
Very well.
you don't want to hurt any more people, do you?
I wouldn't say that's hurting too much, considering I still apparently have a death sentence waiting for me, thanks in partial part to you.
I didn't start those rumors. I don't know who killed
You
Freya.
helped them along.
And I don't believe that you're innocent, Thoroughly.
Inside check me. Do it.
No!
You liked her so much. We saw how you looked at her. It wasn't normal.
Well, just know that I consider, until my name is cleared, that you are partially to blame if I die.
Ooh.
Timora, help me if I do.
And Freya's killer finally seek his justice. Leave my house.
Still waiting on my doggy bag. Then I'll be gone.
Is there like a book we should sign for our visit?
I think
Are the doggy bags coming? Like,
The servant comes and he brings you like a full like sack. You hear like more rummaging in the pantry.
Hilda, I need to go. I need to say goodbye.
Oh, okay. She comes running out and gives you all hugs. Thank you so much for coming. I'll see you
When I
soon.
give her the hug, I'm gonna whisper, Freya was pregnant, and then leave.
You
She laughs.
Straight up savage.
Yeah,
Just
go ahead.
asked for, and I'm gonna drop charm person.
You're gonna sit here and watch the carnage ensue?
No, I'm leaving.
Dandy,
guards
did
are
you
right there!
want to say anything?
Yeah, I'm
Chaotic New
I'm signing the guest book, and I put Dandy. There was a misunderstanding. Your house is lovely, and then I will.
Oh my god.
um,
Rona follows all her friends because she's
Zach
just
does not turn his
flabbergasted.
back on the house, slowly walks out backwards while awkwardly waving goodbye.
you hear her yell, "He did something to my brain. He did something. He. That wasn't me. You took all our food."
Told
It's
you,
time to
my
leave.
only tricks are making friends.
And the 6 guards are waiting for you. And surround Thoroughly. Your hands out, please. They each grab you.
Misunderstanding.
They're not the judges of your fate. Would anyone like
out
to
of
do
curiosity, who is?
I...
I don't. You can't attack guards, right?
Yeah, not really. I'm waiting for the key word here. I mean, I'll help if necessary, but I'm not trying to do some random shit.
So
bucket.
The town Thoroughly. They begin to wrap ropes around your arms, around your wrists, and
Shit, we can't kill them.
Okay.
they move on.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Rona's going
we're
to
gonna
look
come with you.
significantly at Dandy and hand him 100 gold. Can we bribe them?
There you go.
This situation seems
Nice.
unbribable, and I think
Can we
feel-
try?
Are these your accomplices, Thoroughly?
No, I acted alone.
Oh, the words hurt me.
They look at
Oh
you.
my god, it hurts my heart.
Well-
Run, guys!
I'm not running. We're not.
I'm not
What
running.
do you mean?
They each put put hands on your shoulders, and you head towards. You can find him in the jail tomorrow, or later, I guess, because it's like afternoon now.
Sure.
Thoroughly,
We almost get to sleep.
Yeah.
What
I was almost
beautiful-
done.
and one of the guards kind of looks at you and smiles. He's the guy in high school who was a real fucking sadist. And he looks at you and says, "Stormbeard family reunion. Never thought I'd see the day."
Can I
We'll end
insight
it.
check them to see? Oh no!
You can
dang.
insight real
I
quick.
was gonna say, can I just see, like, do they look like a mortal crowd?
That
They
guy's
only got
not.
my wrists, correct?
They've tied your wrist. They've tied they tied your legs. They
Okay.
take your
While she's
holy
insight
symbol off.
checking,
They take
I
your
try and
weapon.
person him.
Oh, they take
Oh,
your
shit.
weapon.
No.
All right. What's your spell DC?
15.
He takes the holy symbol from your neck and rips it off. And says,
It doesn't actually require material components. I don't need the holy symbol for that one.
he grabs
Tell
your
him that.
hands and says, "Try one more fucking thing and you lose,
And then what?
and you'll lose both of these." He grips your hands hard. Yeah. And
Oh
That's-
man,
it didn't. I rolled an 18. So.
Yeah, no, I figured.
how are we gonna get out of this, guys?
I've been rolling like
ridiculous.
5s all day, and this is the one that didn't work. All right.
Okay, I see 3 ways out of this. Okay, maybe 4 if I get creative.
Oh,
We could spend our day in court. That could be something.
I think we're all glossing over the fact that the Thoroughly's parents are in jail.
We're in jail. That
Yeah.
happened?
Apparently.
Oh,
He said it's a Stormbeard
Yeah.
reunion.
I thought he just meant that they were going to be there for his trial or something. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I might have a
Jailbreak.
few tricks still up my sleeve.
I've got plenty of tricks.
Not
I can
until
get
you
you out of
rest.
there.
I mean, we're not gonna let him execute you, Thrilly. We'll get
Oh,
it.
hell
We'll
no.
make sure.
Out.
We'll find out who really did this, Thrilly.
If I have to command the judge and every single person in that
Okay.
jury, will do.
I gotta just check to make sure what requires material components.
I'll end the stream for us now, guys.
They've taken all your weapons as well. Obviously, like that was like the first
Well,
thing
we
that
were
they...